crucial Boxing Day sales are well underway now, with record spending predicted, but the latest trends suggest more and more people shopping for bargains online. The scenes at London's Selfridges this morning seem to back this up. More of a trickle than a rush. An estimated 22 million shoppers set to spend as much as £4 billion, we're told, in the Boxing Day sales. That would be a 6% increase on last year. But nearly 80% of the total Boxing Day transactions will still take place in stores and shops, but online shoppers are predicted to spend more than £850 million, and that is up more than 20% on last year. Well, let's go traditional for a start. Head off to Oxford Street. Where else? Richard Souchet is there. Is it noticeable that online is starting to nibble away at the footfall in the shops?
I think it's very, very difficult when you're in a shop like this to draw any conclusions. I mean, I agree with you, what you said at the very beginning there, that when those doors opened here at Selfridges this morning, it did seem like more of a trickle than we've seen in recent years. But then if you look behind me, you see how busy it is. So it's very difficult to weigh it up, this year against years gone by. But the man who might be able to is Jace Tyrrell from the New West End Company, and you represent shops in Regent Street and Bond Street and Oxford Street. That's right, isn't it? When so many people are shopping online and we're expecting to see an increase potentially of 13%, 22% in online shopping, how important is, I hate using the word footfall, but how important is footfall in a shop like this to get customers in through the door?
I think certainly shopping habits have changed as people are looking online. They're doing click and collect, where they'll look and buy it online and come into the stores to pick it up and then spend more money when they're here. So I think for any retailer now going to the next couple of years, you've got to have digital and their on-street presence. But what the stores in the West End do well, and Selfridges, it's a whole experience. So you're here now, you can feel the buzz. In the lead up to Christmas, you had all the exciting stuff happening on the streets and the stores. So I think shopping habits have changed, but retailers are really responding to that as well.
But when you have a thriving online business like many of the shops around here do, does Boxing Day and the Boxing Day sales carry the same importance? I mean, does it really matter how many people come in through this store today in the grand scheme of things?
I think it does. You have to look at Christmas in the whole, so you have sort of 8 weeks, which is a really important trading period. And also in the West, we have a lot of international shoppers that have arrived yesterday, the day before. They're here for the Boxing Day sales. A lot of Chinese shoppers are here, and actually that's really important because they spend a lot more perhaps than the average UK shopper. So for any business having the mix of on-street and in-store and using the Boxing Day, Black Friday peaks are really important to their overall trading calendar.
Yeah, we've certainly seen a lot of tourists here today.
Yeah.
In terms of, you represent all the businesses, so you kind of know what's going on there. I mean, are they expecting this to be a good Boxing Day, or do you think this is going to be a struggle because, we've had Black Friday, we've had Cyber Monday, they were all both record days. Yeah. Is that likely to affect today? Do you think, are they worried? And does that drive bigger discounts, do you think?
Well, I think there's still a lot of stock to clear, which is good news for shoppers actually coming to the West End today, but actually the next couple of days there's going to be some fantastic bargains. But it's not just Boxing Day period, and for the West End we expect £100 million to go through the tills in those 3 days, and of course a lot of international shoppers here, but also Londoners. Sunday, Monday we expect them to be coming here as well and doing their shopping.
Yeah, and the warm weather helps, doesn't it? More people likely to come out. You represent all the stores, so it's not particularly fair for me to pick on one, but seeing as we're in Selfridges, you were here when those doors opened at 9 o'clock this morning. Did it seem a little bit more subdued, a little bit quieter than normal, and do you think we can read anything into that?
I don't think so. I think there's shoppers here and actually up and down the street you've got shoppers with suitcases picking up bags and stuff. I think what's different this year perhaps is the way we control the crowds a little bit more, so it's much more managed, and you haven't got those chaotic scenes we've seen in previous years, but actually all the shops are open until 10 o'clock tonight, so I think come back here later on this afternoon, you're going to see a lot of shoppers here on Oxford Street.
And one question that a lot of customers have asked is whether the discounts here are genuine, or whether special products have been brought in that look as if they're on sale, they look like a bargain, but actually if you came in at any other time of the year you probably wouldn't find those specific products. Does that go on in the West End?
Not so much. I mean, they have a product category range and they have products which are for sale, and with fashion items particularly because of the mild weather there's quite a lot of stock they need to clear off the shelves, not just here but up and down the country. So I think for shoppers looking for some fashion items, you're going to see some very good discounts in the next couple of weeks as they clear the shelves.
That's very interesting. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. And actually we have been told that many of the retailers that do sell coats and warm clothes and Wellington boots, all that sort of thing, they have been struggling this year because of the warm weather. They haven't really been able to shift the amount of stock, so I think it is likely we can see it here. There are lots of deals on those sorts of things, but hopefully the warm weather this Boxing Day will encourage more people to come out and spend money, and of course that's good for all of us. We want a healthy UK economy.
Richard, thank you very much. I think Wellington boots will be in great demand in Cumbria and Lancashire, though, for the poor souls out there.